Alright guys, so this is going to be another interesting video topic. And almost every single one of us will experience probably at least 2 out of 4 of these things. At the least. Me personally, I have experienced 3 out of 4 of these things. There's one thing I have not, but I understand that people in life go through different things that is very disappointing. And some people's stories are different. What you face, someone else may not have faced. And what someone else might not have faced is something you might have faced. And that's just the way things are. And a lot of people did face the same type of things. So I'm going to give you guys my 4 different takes on some of the most disappointing things that can happen in general in life. And my number one thing is when you try to replicate, let's say, your past upbringing. Because they say the people you're going to be friends with, the people you might get in relationships with, is going to be very similar to your past. Because people tend to gravitate towards things that they are familiar with. There may be some differences, but to an extent there's going to be some similarities, like the people you had in your family, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your cousins, aunts, uncles, even friends, people like this. Like, you're going to replicate that. So I think when you try to replicate your past and it fails on you, like maybe the significant other you were with, it fails, it can be very disappointing. And my advice to anyone that goes through something like this is to reinvent yourself if this happens, and just focus on getting a lot better as a person. Because maybe there's things you need to fix. Maybe there's things that the other person needs to fix. Who knows? But the point is, you can always get better, so it's never going to hurt to get better. You don't want to jump from relationship to relationship being codependent. You want to depend on yourself more than anything else. You want to become strong in yourself more than anything else, and that is a solid point of life. You can't just sit around and demand, oh, well, I deserve this. Well, if you really want it, you should have no problem getting to work. And that's just the way it is. It's not going to do, the thing is, guys, it's not going to do any good sitting around and being like, like you should just get to work. That's my take on that. And of course, it's disappointing. Life is disappointing. You will be let down. You'll be disappointed. People will disappoint you. And this just happens to be right up there with one of the most disappointing things in life. It is, but it's something most of us have to deal with at least once. And my number 2 thing that could be probably one of the most disappointing things in life is simply losing close ones, losing people maybe you even used to know very well, or people you were currently very close with. When these things happen, it's another thing in life that is inevitable. It's another thing in life that is natural. Death happens to all of us. But when you're still alive and people you know very close, or you used to know, like it has some sort of an effect over you. I've had a couple people in my lifetime so far that this has happened to, and it's a weird, unusual, humbling feeling. And it's very disappointing. It's almost not believable. So, once again, it's a part of life. But most things that is a part of life, like life comes with its ups and its downs, its pros and its cons. Life is not some just rainbow. Everything is happy all the time. Of course, you should be happy at times, but there's going to be a lot of crazy things that happen, is the thing. I laugh my ass off on a daily basis. I do things. And I also take life serious, and there's also disappointing things that happen, and and things like that. There's a good balance, because I believe if you're just trying to be happy all the time and bad things happen, it's going to hurt you a lot worse. Expect the unexpected. Like, these people end up very in bad places because they're not strong in a sense where they can handle something like that, and it can do them very, very bad, and they can end up in a bad place. So that's my take on that. And like I said, it's a part of life. Death is inevitable. It's going to happen to every single one of us. And when it's people you know very close, or people you even used to know, it messes you up for a second. It does something that is very unusual. It makes you feel unusual. It makes you feel like it's not believable, because a person was just right there, and now they're just not. Like, you'll never see them again. So that is my second take on that. And going from that one to the third, another very disappointing thing is betrayal and heartbreak. So when you get betrayed by people you might have been really close with, or you get your heart shattered into pieces, it's almost, if not more, disappointing than death. Believe it or not, it might be more. Because there's something that you had with that person. Now, if you get betrayed by someone you don't even know, or you're not even really close with, that's not even freaking betrayal. Betrayal literally means you were close with the person and they betrayed you. Like, that's what it is. Could you imagine caring about someone? Could you imagine you're getting a coffee somewhere and someone walks in and they talk to you for a second, they're like, ha ha, see you later, idiot, and all this, and they just leave, or I don't know. But like, you wouldn't give a shit, because you're not close with them. You don't even know them. It's like, okay, see you later, pal. But if you're close with them, it's different. It's much different. And it does not sit well. If you had a lifelong friendship, a lifelong relationship with people, and out of nowhere, for no reason at all on your end, they betrayed you. They shattered your heart into pieces. It affected you badly. It's one of the most disappointing things you'll ever feel. Probably more than death. Because it feels like death. Because something with you and them is killed. The trust, killed. The connection, killed. Dead, gone. It'll never be the same. So pretty much that person dies to you. And vice versa. You're dead to them, they are dead to you. For whatever reason they felt to do that, it happened. And they could have hated on you, whatever. You could have changed for the better, they could have changed for the worse. That's what happens. People will betray you, people will be a backstabbing bum, and they will do that. So I really believe that is one of the most disappointing things we all usually experience in life. Some people don't. Some people don't experience that ever. Some people never got betrayed by someone they were really close with ever. But I have before. In fact, it happened to me many, many times. Not a ridiculous amount of times, but enough to the point where it's like, definitely happened a handful of times. And it's not fun. Whether it's a relationship partner, a friend, a family member, anything like this. And it usually comes down to their shortcomings. It usually comes down to your cousin becoming someone that they're not. Your cousin becoming an alcoholic, a drug addict, and you losing them in this way, and them betraying you in a sense where maybe you won't do something for them because you don't want to give them money for drugs or alcohol or whatever they're trying to do, and they kind of backstab you because in their mind you backstabbed them. But no, why the hell would we do this? Why the hell would we give you money for drugs and alcohol and you're not going to pay us back? And that's just an example. Like, these things happen. And yeah, man, it's right up there with some of the most disappointing things that can happen. And The last and final one, this is the one that has never happened to me, obviously becoming homeless. Let's say if you were just a regular man and you had like a family, let's say you got in a divorce or something like that with your wife. You lose custody of the kids, you lose your house, you lose money. Let's say you catch a terrible break. You don't even have a job anymore. You lost your job. Now you're homeless. You went from having it all to absolutely nothing. And I don't think I'll ever feel the pain of that one in itself. I know the pain of loss. I know the pain of having quite a lot of money and losing a lot of money and being damn near broke. But not that bad to the point where you're homeless and you can't even eat really. You got nothing. You don't even got a roof over your head. But I believe this is what some people in life experience. That could be some of the most painful things. And just when you think you have it the worst, a lot of the time you don't. The things I've went through in my life, there are people in the world who have gone through far worse. That is why you're never going to see me just, oh my God, poor me. No. Like, everything is a learning experience. You got to get better from the things that do happen to you, because unnecessary things, disappointing things will absolutely happen. People will let you down. Shit will hit the fan. People's gonna die. Like, you will lose pets. It's gonna suck. Let's say you get a new pup, a new dog. You got so close with it like this. Its time is going to come. Your time is going to come. Your family's lives. It's gonna come, man. People that end up homeless. Things happen. Disappointing. Is it not? Of course it is. So, life is a big learning experience, and we have to learn from a majority of these things. Some things like losing your wife, losing custody to your kids, is pretty much the government's fault. In a case where it may happen like this. Most of the time, if guys get screwed in their marriage and they get into a divorce, you think they deserved all that has happened? Almost all the time, not. No. But it favors women. So, and I'm not sitting here complaining about it, because I'm not going to put myself in a position like that, but I'm just saying these things do happen to people. Men get screwed. Women get screwed in situations as well. But you're not going to see a woman get screwed in marriage like that. Almost never. But these things can happen, man. You can be a man with it all and lose it all. Lose custody of your children. Lose the wife. Lose the house. Lose your job. Be homeless. I know a guy. I don't know him, but there's a gas station I go to nearby, and I get my gas there and stuff like that. And there's a guy that has a bike, and he bikes to this place. And he had like a high-paying job, and he is homeless right now. And he actually has a girlfriend that lives, I think, with her parents. And when her parents leave the house to go to work, he'll bike over there and like take a shower and stuff like that. And he lives in some abandoned house. No word of a lie. And it's crazy, because he's a regular man. But it's just his situation. Anything can happen in life, man. Like anything. If you don't have any fucking family, bro, if you have zero friends, if you have zero everything, and something happens to you, like, you're done. And there's people out there that end up in these situations, and this guy literally had a high-paying job. And now he's in this position, but the things he was telling us is he does believe he's going to get back on his feet and things will get normal again. It's just right now. But he's scruffy right now. It's not like just right now he's homeless and it was just like 2 seconds that he's homeless. No, like, it's been that way for a hot second. So it just goes to show you how bad things can get. This is one of the most disappointing things that can happen to a man or a woman. So, but I just want to use that as an example, just to prove once again, this is what it is. Disappointing things will happen. This is not the happiest topic in the world, obviously not. But this is my take. If you guys can think of something else that is more disappointing than these things here, feel free to share it in the comments section. Because I'd be curious to know, actually. From what I could think of, this was it. I don't see it getting much more disappointing than this, but yeah. But anyways, guys, that's a wrap for this video. I'll be back tomorrow with some more topics, as always. Now, I'm going to get about a liter of water into me and some food. Probably hit the haystack. Another day, another one done.